Well, how you doing, everybody? I'm coming at you from this industrial park adjacent to this area across the street where I've researched, and there's some hiking trails and a creek that runs through there, and it's just, you know, a natural watershed kind of, and it's one of these areas that I search. I didn't find much down there. It's pretty sparse of a creek. There is a lake to my right that I looked around. I didn't find a whole lot of evidence, but it's a beautiful spot, and I thought this would be an easy location for them to hide in based on the connectedness of the trail system to other trails that are proven areas to me. So this is a little farther north, and there's a lot of city around. Believe you me, there is a lot of city around here. So that's why when I first looked around this lake, I wasn't surprised that I didn't find anything, because I thought, well, this could be the extent of, you know, one of the far reaches of their areas. But there's so much space here, so much open space, literally square footage, that at night I figured maybe they just would come here naturally. And a very good friend of mine alerted me to something that was in the area and said, is this Sasquatch evidence? And I think they already knew the answer, and I thank them so much for alerting me to this, because this kind of confirms my suspicions. But not only that, it makes for a great video, and it makes for a really interesting rock circle that everybody gets to see, that I can take some pictures of. But you know, this is just more evidence of and examples of what I've been seeing and collecting and trying to understand. So my new thing is, I've done it for so many years now, and I'm not saying I've done it that long, but 3 or 4, enough that I'm starting to realize you could see patterns in videos of possibly certain structures or certain shapes being made at different times of years, just in the theory that they might actually have meaning. And maybe it's not specifically words, but maybe it's like if you were to put up a Christmas tree per se, people would know. You wouldn't have to say Merry Christmas. We get it, every year you're celebrating. You know, Muslims could understand, whatever some other culture could completely get. You're doing this thing, you take it down, they watch you every year, and that's how it goes. So we could do that with Sasquatch. We could look at them and say, okay, they're doing this, or they're building these in the springtime, and then they keep knocking them down, or who's knocking them down, or I keep seeing this structure in the winter, or this popped up by my house. What does this sign mean? What, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, just looking for patterns is one of the motifs of Sasquatch research here. So I don't know if that was the right word, motifs. It's one of the, you know, one of the things that we're gonna have to do if we want to understand what this means, or else we're just taking beautiful pictures, which is fine with me. But anybody has any knowledge about anything that pertains to that theory, about the meaning behind it, let me know. I would love to know more. But anyway, thirsting for knowledge as always. But this is an awesome little spot. I don't think the geese like me talking. Sorry, guy. But anyway, just a really cool example of what you find out here. Just looking at that rock. But you know, I'm sure they just gathered this stuff up, came, sat down, played. I saw the white there. I didn't know if it was a bone or something, but just trash, unfortunately. But yeah, right at this little business park, just hanging out on the high ground, and you can kind of see around. And if you were here at night, just wanting a little privacy, I guess that's what you could get. So really cool Sasquatch area. Thank you, my friend, to the person that showed me this. You are awesome. But yeah, otherwise I might not have known. They might have came and mowed the grass in a month, and this would have been gone. So it actually took me a minute to find, because the address was bigger than I thought, and I needed to just find this here and follow the directions, and it paid off. So thank you so much for the clue. And if anybody has any clues pertaining to this and what it all means, by all means, tell me about it. But it's just so amazing to be so close Look at how close we are. If you knew how much city was around, you would be amazed. There is a lot of suburbia surrounding this area, but it just has enough of a channel and a lot of square footage out here, so they can come and go. And you know what, furthermore, they could just run right across the main drag at 4 in the morning. Who's going to stop you? If you ever been out on the streets, like, you know, when nobody's out riding a bike in the middle of the night or something, I mean, it's a beautiful feeling. So Sasquatch gets to experience that all the time. The whole city is theirs until the sun comes up. So anyway, thank you folks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you later.